be the other night.
Yeah, let me turn the tables on you for a moment, though, Jay. I only had a chance to watch Harold Washington play once, and that was the game against Longwood, which is on TV on Time Warner Cable Sports back here in Buffalo. But he seems like the kind of guy that can kind of put an offense on his shoulders and break down a defense off the dribble. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Most certainly is, though it's interesting how quickly word gets out now with videotape and, like you said, watching the games on TV. And we saw at Vegas and also at UB, defense is just trying to deny that first pass to Harold Washington to keep him getting into the flow of things. That'll be a very interesting element to watch tonight, I think, how easily or what measures the Griffs take to get him involved in the offense early on.
Yeah, and in today's day and age, with game film and everything, it doesn't take very long for teams to catch up to what you want to do. And Harold Washington, when I was preparing for tonight's game, I noticed his field goal percentage in the first two games for Canisius was over 60%. In the last two games, it's been 40% or below. So teams have certainly been keying in on him.
Griffs coming out in their gold uniforms. We've seen these a couple times on the road already this year. Very attractive look with blue numerals, white trim. And the Gales in their familiar maroon with the yellow gold trim, we'll call. A little bit of white in there as well.
Did you know the Griffs haven't won an opening tip all season? I think it's one of the most meaningless stats in basketball. If you think back to when we broadcast the MAC Women's Championship game a few years ago, Canisius hadn't lost a game where they lost an opening tip all season, and they won that opening tip, and I said, well, we're going to go to the NCAA tournament, and of course we lost to Merritt. So opening tip really means nothing, but for what it's worth, looks like the Griffs will have the first offensive possession. And
this one on a violation against Iona. Very rare to see that, so the Griffs will control to start things off from our left to our right if you're listening on radio tonight. Elschwein-Himes fires up a quick jumper, but unfortunately he took a hop step, travel, and the Griffs already with a turnover in the game.
Iona leads the all-time series 29-27, but Canisius, they started their 6-game home winning streak here last year with a win over Iona 75-73. They have played well in this building. They are 18-9 against the Gales at home.
And like you said, Mike's got the Griffs quickly in that 2-3 zone here, trying to pack it in and slow up this offensive juggernaut that are the Iona Gales. Lamont Jones near wing, his jumper, back rim no good. Rebound is controlled though, and put back by Taj Ridley, 2-0 in favor of the Gales.
Yeah, that's the trouble when you play zone. Here you're going to see some pressure from Iona, but on the inside, Josiah Heath really didn't have anybody to box out. He kind of lost Taj Ridley, who's able to get that putback.
Iona falls back into the zone now. A 3-2 look, and the Griffs try to recognize things here right now with 20 on the shot clock. Elschwein-Himes out at the top, uses a ball screen, dribbles over the near side handoff to Washington. Washington back out to the top. Stops, hands it off to Groves on the far wing, 10 to shoot. Groves gets it inside, Heath wide open, lays it up and in, we're tied at 2. Quickly back, the Gales, cross-court pass. Machado looks to attack, floater inside, actually it's a pass and a finish by Glover, 4-2 Iona.
Oh, I just see Glover elevate to get that pass. It was perfect. And Heath on the previous possession for Canisius, I thought he was open a few times. It was as if the Iona defense wasn't paying any attention to him.
Harold Washington gets double teamed over in the far corner and gets called to the travel. So 2 turnovers already for Canisius, and maybe a saving grace on those turnovers. At least they're dead ball turnovers, and the Gales haven't had a chance to go out in transition.
Yeah, it's been a deliberate pace so far, and that's for sure. I think Harold Washington got into the corner there and looked like he slipped a little bit in front of the Iona bench, and then he got into trouble when the double team arrived.
Griffs changing up their defense a little bit right now, showing almost a 1-2-2 look. Glover in the low block. Gets trapped, kicks it back out to Smythe. He's open from 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound controlled by Reggie Groves for Canisius. 4-2 Gales, early action.
I like that. I thought coming on to the gym today that Canisius was going to have to change their defenses constantly to keep this Iona team guessing.
Josiah Heath gives it up to Himes. Himes tries to penetrate. Now retreats with the dribble. Himes goes behind the back, stops at the elbow. His jumper, back rim no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Heath. Back out to Himes, fresh 35 to shoot. Harold Washington swings it over. Groves open from 3. Nothing but net. Griffs lead 5-4.
Good ball movement on the perimeter, and Heath, I think he's set up to have a big game today. Good offensive rebound.
And now a steal. Harold Washington off to the races, and he jams it home. 7-4 Canisius. Iona quickly back on the offense. trailing 7-4. Ridley at the elbow, puts it on the floor, gives up to Machado. Machado at the top to Smythe, working the perimeter. Ridley on the baseline, 15-footer, nothing but net. Cuts the lead now to 7-6.
Ridley found a soft spot in that Canisius zone defense there. He had about 5 steps between him and Chris Manhurst, plenty of time to release that jumper.
Gales again showing pressure in the backcourt. The Griffs able to get through it. Into front court. Groves will take a quick three. Nails it!
Oh. Thought he was knocked down after as well. That could have been a 4-point play.
Quickly back come the Gales, and laying it up and in is Lamont James. Or Lamont Jones, I should say. 10-8 the score in favor of Canisius.
Yeah, it looked like Taj Ridley ran right into Reggie Groves after he released that 3-point field goal. No call. And then you see the speed of the Gales coming back the other way. It took them less than 3 seconds to put it in the basket.
Heath out at the top of the key. Griffs being very deliberate right now. Iona showing a man for man. Himes off the ball screen, finds Heath, and he'll get called. Well, so they're disagreeing on the calls there between Rusty Cooper and Jeff Anderson. Jeff Anderson had the fist out. He wanted to call a foul, but Rusty Cooper overrules him and calls a travel. Let's get into the keys of the game, brought to you by KeyBank, and 2 of the keys will be turnovers. The Griffs want to reduce those, not let Iona get out and run, and fouls. The Griffs need to keep the Gales off the line and then to keep their personnel on the floor. The keys of the game brought to you by KeyBank. Unlock your possibilities.
What I liked about the last play, Himes recognized the hard hedge and dished the ball up to the open man, Josiah Heath. Nice play by Himes.
Jones able to penetrate against the zone and ties it at 10. Kevin Bleeker, the freshman from the Netherlands, on the floor for Canisius. Into front court, Reggie Groves. Gives it up to Bleeker out of the top of the key. Kevin gives it up far wing, left side. That's Himes. Himes puts it on the floor. He'll pop. Well off the mark. Airmails it out of bounds, and it will be Gale basketball when we come back. And your keys to the game once again for Canisius. Turnovers. They want to reduce those turnovers and make sure that they stay on the floor. They don't want to commit any fouls. So far, so good. They haven't done that. Keys to the game brought to you by KeyBank. Unlock your possibilities. Time to take a break. It's 10-10, and this is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Guys, I'm kind of freaking out. I have to upload a movie project for finals or else I won't graduate. So please, shut that stuff down until I'm done, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Living with Wi-Fi hogs?
Let me play.
No.
Say hello to Time Warner Cable Wideband. All the speed, power, and bandwidth
Go back
you
on
need.
now, I got it. You are lifesavers.
From our fastest internet
Sure,
ever.
no problem.
Call or click now for maximum download speeds.
ComDoc wants to help your organization print responsibly. Printing responsibly is not just about decreasing paper output. It's about increasing efficiency and controlling costs with the right mix of digital imaging products, services, and solutions. Efficiency up, costs down, green all around. To talk to a local sales representative, call 716-689-0202 or visit online at comdoc.com. ComDoc, a proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
Hoop fans, another great season of Canisius College basketball has begun, and you can be a part of the action by purchasing single-game seats to see college basketball here at the Kessler Center. Tickets start at just $4, and as always, parking is free. Call the Canisius ticket office 716-888-2885 or go online to gogriffs.com for more information.
And quickly back to our keys to the game. The Griffs didn't want to turn it over. They've already turned it over 3 times. Points off turnovers already. Iona with 4. They average over 20 per game. 10-10 the score, early action here. 15 and a half remaining. Jay Moran along with Mike Scott on the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network tonight. Lamont Jones. Bounce pass inside. Comes loose. Glover able to get it back. Kicks to the top to Machado. He'll take that 3. Front rim, no good. Rebound tapped around and controlled by Chris Manhurst for Canisius.
One thing I'd say about the turnovers is I don't think it's anything Iona's doing. So far, it's been Canisius making mistakes on those turnovers. Iona hasn't been credited with any steals yet.
Still tied at 10, 14:58 remaining. Elshwan Himes gives it up now to Groves. Groves gets into the paint, stops, pops. Shot goes down. Reggie Groves with 8 points. Griffs lead 12-10.
See that pick there by Manhurst? And Manhurst, he put the hurts on Machado.
And now we have our first foul of the game. It will go against Canisius. Let's see who that's on. Is it Bleeker? Nope. It'll be on Elshwan Himes. Fouled out early in the second half at Las Vegas. So So he's got to watch himself. Josiah Heath back on the floor. Kevin Bleeker takes a seat.
Boy, this Iona team moves fast, too. They were talking about scrimmaging in practice, full court with a 10-second shot clock.
Smythe into the corner. Machado takes it open three, nails it. Scott Machado, his first bucket of the game, and Iona leads 13-12. Pressure almost produces a turnover, but the Griffs able to recover. They have numbers if they hurry. Washington in the front court to Groves. He'll take that three. In and out, no good. Rebound tapped around by Manhertz. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Gale basketball.
Now you're talking to the Iona broadcast crew, and they came over before the game today, and they said Machado has just taken his game to another level since playing for the Brazilian national team.
Yeah, he was great last year, and he's even better this year. If he keeps up his numbers, you got to wonder if he's going to get All-American consideration. Glover for Iona in the low block, goes up and puts it home. 15-12 Iona. Glover with 4 points. Once again, pressure in the backcourt. Groves able to dribble through it and get it into the front court. 15-12 Gale.
Canisius got a little creative there too. Made a pass while still on the baseline to try to elude that pressure.
Harold Washington.
Do that after a made basket, but obviously not on a restart after a ball out of bounds.
Elswan Himes, his jumper. Again, another air ball. Ball loose on the floor. It's tied up, and a timeout called by the Gales. We'll keep it right here. With 13:36 remaining, the Gales will have the possession then. 15-12, they lead. And early thoughts about what you see here with Canisius. I guess they're living up to expectations in terms of trying to be conservative.
Yeah, definitely. They're trying to play this game at their pace, and Iona is trying to do the same. They're trying to play this game at their pace, so it's kind of interesting. Canisius, I thought they've done a pretty nice job with the Iona pressure in the backcourt. First of all, it really hasn't come up to bite them, so they've been able to get into their offense and use the shot clock and try to whittle it down for a good opportunity. That said, I'd like to see them try to get it inside more to Heath. They did it on the very first or second possession of the game that they had, and he got a nice open look inside. As of late, they've been kind of falling in love with the perimeter jumper. For Iona, though, it's been an effective start as well. They've been able to move down the floor quickly, get some good looks at the basket.
And they'll have the basketball, leading 15-12. Griffs show a 1-3-1 zone look this time as Machado brings it into front court.
Mixing it up.
Jones back out to the top to Machado. Smythe over on the far wing right side. Machado has it again near side. Back to the top to Smythe. To Ridley on the baseline. He gets cut off. Kicks it back out to the top to Machado. 12 to shoot. Machado tries to get inside. Kicks to Ridley. Back to the top to Smythe. Near wing. And actually Smythe just throws it away. Turnover. Iona.
You know, I thought was interesting on that possession was Chris Manhertz actually physically pushing Heath into the right position defensively. It was Heath who was trying to guard Mike Glover on the inside in that 1-3-1. And Manhertz wanted him to get more on the baseline and cut off the baseline drive. So he physically pushed him from behind into position. And it actually forced Iona to rotate the basketball back around to the weak side, and they ultimately turned it over.
15-12, Iona with the lead. The Griffs with the basketball. Josiah Heath, top of the key. Nobody pressuring him. He gives it up now to Harold Washington. Jones on Washington. Washington looks to attack, lays it up and in against three. Iona Gales cuts the lead to 15-14.
Wow, what a drive. You just see the talents of Harold Washington there. We talked about it in the pregame, him being able to just take a team's offense, put it on their shoulders, and break down a defense, and that's what he did there.
Again, the Griffs in the zone. Started off with a 1-3-1 look, and they kind of morph into some different looks here. But back into the 1-3-1, and Iona looks a little befuddled right now. At 15 to shoot. Jenkins just checks into the game, and he's open from the elbow. He's a knockdown shooter, and he scores his first bucket of the game. 17-14 Iona. Yeah,
Jenkins probably having a hard time dealing with the start to this season, only playing 14 minutes a game. Last year he averaged 28.
Harold Washington takes control in the front court. Now gives it up to Reggie Groves. He needs to stand out at center court, and the Griffs content to run the clock down a little bit here, Mike.
Groves been good shooting the basketball. 2 for 3 from downtown, 8 points to lead all scorers so far.
Griffs with just 10 to shoot now, trailing by 3. 7 to shoot. Groves out at the top. Groves needs to go. Reggie pulls up, 3-point shot, well off the mark. Rebound, Chris Manhertz, count it! He'll go to the line, a chance to finish a 3-point play.
Chris Manhertz with a big size advantage on the inside over Randy Zazou. Pronounce that correctly, for Iona, and he muscled him out of position. He'll have a chance at the three-point play.
11:42, we'll take a break. Manhurts will go to the line when we come back. Griffs trail by 1, 17-16. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Here's something you can count on. Upstate New York Transplant Services Community Blood Bank keeps all your blood donations right here in Western New York, ensuring that your family, your friends, your neighbors have blood when they need it. Upstate New York Transplant Services Community Blood Bank, your community blood bank, right here in our community. And that's something you can count on.
You've been given the gift of life.
Give it back.
Be a community blood donor. Visit unyts.org.
Hungry for Buffalo's biggest sandwich? Then stop by Dagwood's, located across the street from the Kessler Athletic Center. Winner of the Buffalo News Reader's Choice Award for Buffalo's best sandwich, Dagwood offers you an outstanding selection of breads, cheeses, and deli meats to complete the biggest and best sandwich you have ever sunk your teeth into. Call 882-8628 to place your order now. We do deliver. Remember, if it's not a Dagwood, it's only a sub. Proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
Griff fans, do you have a Canisius fan on your Christmas shopping list? If so, head over to the online store at gogriffs.com and take advantage of our holiday sale, which runs through December 23rd. All items are 15% off, and each week there's a special 20% off item. Order by December 9th to make sure your Griff gifts are under the tree on Christmas morning. That's the online store at gogriffs.com.
Canisius shooting 58% from the field to start off this game and 67% from three-point range. And that's one thing about Iona. They do score a lot of points, but they give up a lot of points. And even their shooting percentage defense, 48%. That's poor.
You could say that about both teams. The Gales come in first in the conference in scoring, 9th in defense, and the Griffs come in second in the conference in scoring and 10th in defense. By the way, during that segment, 4-minute segment between commercial breaks, no Canisius turnover.
Chris Manhurts misses the and one, so the score remains 17-16. Iona. Canisius showing a zone look again. Machado running the offense. Gives up to Glover. Now to the top, Desiree. Over to the far corner, Jenkins. It's Machado. Cross-court pass goes to Jones. Pulls up the 15 baseline. Well short. Ball loose on the floor. Who's going to get it? Coming up with it is Iona, but they missed the gimme. And Washington's off to the races. Then he has it poked out from behind. Turnover, Canisius. Back to Jones. Jones looks to attack, lays it up. Misses the layup. Manhurts pulls away the rebound for Canisius.
Wow. A veteran play by Jermel Jenkins, but the Gales unable to convert.
Manhurts running the floor, gets it inside, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul as he throws Mike Glover to the floor.
Just a second foul of the game called against Canisius, and the first on Manhurts.
And that's the key right there. The first on Manhurts. And Chris has got to be very aware. They need him on the floor, obviously, for his size and athleticism, but his leadership as a tri-captain for this team.
Yeah. But would you agree that this zone defense is going to help him stay on the floor?
You'd like to think it'll do just that. Right now he's out defending over the near corner to Jones. Inside it goes. Desiree turnaround shot from 15. No good. Heath clears for Canisius.
They found a nice soft spot in the zone there for Desiree, but he's unable to hit the pull-up jumper.
And Canisius walks it up again.
I think they're winning the pace battle right now. If these two teams are battling over which pace we're going to play at tonight, Canisius is winning that battle so far.
Speaking of battles, watch Manhurts and Glover battling down low. Groves, though, looking to get inside. Almost loses the handle, 10 to shoot. Reggie carries on with the dribble, finds Washington. 5 to shoot. Washington crosses over. Step back. Three-pointer. Nothing but net. Griffs lead 19-17.
Oh, man.
Back comes Machado. They get it inside. Back to Jenkins. Open for three. He nails it. 2019 Iona.
Well, I was going to say, Iona's on-ball defense on the last Canisius possession was picture perfect. If you're putting together a film teaching young players, it would have been excellent. But then Canisius hits that three-point field goal anyway. A heartbreaker if you look at it from the Iona perspective.
Unfortunately for the Griffs, another turnover here. A great pass from El Schwan. Himes over on the far wing finds Chris Manhurts wide open, but Chris kind of double clutched and gets called for the travel. So another Canisius turnover. They trail by 1, 20-19.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier, is the Canisius turnovers have mostly been sort of mental errors on the part of the Griffs, not really anything that the Iona defense is doing.
And let's see, we have an issue over at the scorers table. Rusty Cooper going over to chat and point things out. Look at this, Harold Washington, unbelievable control here.
That's a tough shot, too. He had Lamont Jones, Momo Jones all over him, the fadeaway three-point field goal. Not much you can do about that as a defense. And Iona played picture-perfect on-ball defense, and Harold Washington beat him anyway.
And that's Harold Washington we saw in the first 2 games of the season. Like I said in the pregame, defenses have done a good job of kind of taking him out of the flow of the offense, but when he's feeling it, he's as good as anybody, that's for sure.
Both these teams shooting at a high percentage. Iona at 73% and Canisius at 59%.
Again, the Griffs in a 2-3 zone. Franklin Millian, the freshman from the Dominican Republic, on the floor for Canisius. Desiree gets inside, he gets tripped, and it'll be foul number 3 on Canisius. And again, a number that we're watching here, Mike Scott. Just 3 fouls in the first 10+ minutes.
Yeah, and I think that foul is going to go against Reggie Groves, and it does. He kind of reached in off the dribble of Desiree and got him right on the wrist.
Jermel Jenkins open the top of the key. He'll take it and he'll nail it. 8 points for Jenkins, 23-19, Iona. Millian brings it in the front court, and he almost gives it up, but Himes comes over to claim the basketball. Drifts down by 4 with 9:11 remaining. Millian looks to go, and he gets called for the charge. Desiree falls to the floor. Maybe a little bit of an overacting job, but nonetheless effective.
That was a flop, but Desiree gets the benefit of the call. It's first personal foul on Millian.
And the 4th overall for Canisius. Just 1 team foul on the Iona Gales. They lead by 4. Canisius in a 2-3 zone look. Over to the far side, Machado hands it off to Jenkins. He'll take another jumper. This one back rim, no good. Ball tapped out of bounds. They say it's off of Josiah Heath. It'll be Gale basketball.
Well, Jenkins has had the hot hand for Iona. And we mentioned, his playing time's been way down with Momo Jones coming in, the transfer from Arizona. I think he kind of takes some minutes away in that guard rotation for the Gales. Jenkins maybe making a statement so far today.
Machado left alone. He'll take that 3. Back rim, no good. Harold Washington skies to grab the rebound for Canisius. Griffs trail by 4. They're back in the front court. Washington with 7 points. Groves with 8 to lead the way for Canisius.
In fact, Jenkins has the last 8 Iona points.
And Jenkins gets called for a foul away from the basket. I believe it's Jenkins. Yep. Jermel Jenkins will get his 2nd team foul in this first half against the Gales for holding Harold Washington.
And comes in averaging 7.3 points per game and shooting 41% from the floor in just 14 minutes. Gales like to call Jenkins their top on-ball defender, although we've seen a lot of players really execute on-ball very well defensively so far.
Fresh 35 for the Griffs, and they'll once again be very methodical in restarting that offense. Iona in a man-for-man. Groves to Himes, far wing left side. Back to the top to Reggie Groves. Looks to get inside, kicks to Himes, his 3. Front rim, no good. They battle for the rebound, and a foul will go against Iona. Chris Manhurst working big time underneath. Draws that foul from, I think it's Sean Armand gets the foul.
I think if you're Canisius, you're looking to get a better shot than that. Lately, they've sort of fallen in love with that 3-point field goal. They really need to try to break down this defense inside.
So again, a fresh 35 for the Griffs, and that's now 3 team fouls on Iona. Gales lead by 4 with 8:10 remaining first half. Josiah Heath to Reggie Groves. Goes to the top, uses that ball screen. Reggie crosses over, looks to attack, stops, leans inside, kicks to the top. Heath will take the jumper, and he nails it from 17 feet. Josiah Heath with 4, and the lead cut to 23-21.
Josiah Heath showing nice range. The big man, the pull-up jumper with his heels on the 3-point line. Boy, if he can make that shot, he becomes very versatile.
And the Griffs almost get a turnover here. It hits Tom Parada, who's standing out of bounds.
Yep.
And that makes the ball out of bounds. If he's not standing right there, perhaps the Griffs get a breakaway. Nonetheless, though, we go to break with the Griffs hanging in there. 7:46 remaining, 23-21 Iona leads Canisius. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Pepsi throwback.
Smack those lips. Give the can a sip. cut yourself some slack. Real sugar soda's back. When Pepsi Throwback comes along, you must drink it. And then we change the song because we drank it. You'll see we aren't wrong if you drink it. Now drink it in your mouth. Shake it up. Get a rush. Go retro. Do the robot. Try to resist it. It's not too late to drink it. Drink it good. When Pepsi Throwback comes along, you must drink it. And then we change the song because we drank it. You'll see we aren't wrong if you drink it. Smack those lips.
That was Drink It by Devo. Brought to you by Pepsi Throwback, a real sugar blast from the past.
Griff fans looking to enjoy some thrilling NCAA Division I hockey, your Golden Griffins will play host to longtime rival Mercyhurst Friday, December 9th at 7:05 p.m. in the Buffalo State Sports Arena. Great seats are still available, so call the ticket office 716-888-2885 or go online to gogriffs.com for more information.
Canisius still is shooting very, very well right now. 60% from the field and 60% from three-point range. And the Gales at 53% from the field, 38% from three-point range. Iona leading 23-21, 7:46 remaining. And the interesting thing here, Mike, is not everybody for Canisius is contributing so far.
No, it's Washington and Groves with 15 points. The rest of the team has 6. But it's not necessarily players missing shots. Josiah Heath and Chris Manhertz are a combined 3 for 3 from the floor. They just haven't had the opportunities.
Canisius in a zone. Iona works the perimeter. Ridley takes another jumper and he nails it. Taj Ridley, 6'7", 215, showing a nice mid-range touch. He has 6 and it's 25-21.
Yeah, talk about those swing players like Josiah Heath showed a nice touch moments ago. Ridley counters.
Iona, they press, but then they fall back into a soft defense.
They do.
Pressuring that much. Now they do. Almost on cue, they pressure Reggie Groves. Want to double team the ball, he dribbles away from it.
Yeah, once Canisius gets it over half court, they seem to be settling back.
Groves looks to attack, stops on the dribble, kicks to Harold Washington. He takes a 3 from the corner. Nothing but net. Harold Washington with 10. The lead cut to 25-24. Lamont Jones back quickly, and now Jermel Jenkins slows it up. Cross court to Armand. 1 point Gale lead. Jenkins kicks to Jones. Jones puts it on the floor, dribbles to the elbow. Cross court pass goes to Armand. He'll take that 3. Perfect.
Oh.
Lead back up to 4. Sean Armand with a tray. And again, another official whistle here. What do we have? 6:31 remaining. 28-24, Iona.
Well, they have so many weapons, don't they, Jay? I mean, Sean Armand, the sophomore. Sometimes as a coach, you're planning out your defense, you're doing film study, and you say, okay, if we give up a contested three-point field goal to Sean Armand from the corner, I'll take it. That's right. A good defensive series, but he knocks it down anyway.
Now Iona showing a 1-2-2 zone press. The Griffs able to pass their way through it. And again, very patient are the Griffs. Washington to Heath at the top of the key. Being pressured by Smythe. Needs to give up the ball, finds Groves. Reggie dribbles over the near wing with 14 to shoot. Griffs trail by 4.
Oh, missed a chance there to hit Heath.
Now Schwan Himes. Shot clock down to 5 to 4. Himes looks to go, pulls up, three-pointer. Man! A tray cuts the lead to 28-27.
Are you kidding me with Reggie Groves?
And now a quick jumper, missed, rebound, pop free, and run down by Sean Armand. So break there for Iona. Griffs, 2 of them had possession of the basketball, but couldn't hold on. The Gales slow it up. Armand to Smythe, near wing, top of the key. Glover, he's been quiet. He only has 4. Cross-court pass to Armand to Smythe. He'll take the 3, near wing. Front rim, no good. Glover gets away with a push-off and grabs the offensive rebound. Looks to put it back, and he'll get called for the travel. Turnover, Iona.
Perfectly called by you, Jay. He did push off. Heath had great body position, boxing him out, and he just extended his arms on Heath just a little bit, got away with it. The senior, against the freshman, getting that call in the paint, getting that rebound.
You wonder if this pace is maybe frustrating some of the big scorers for the Gales so far.
I think so. I mean, they're a team that hasn't put up 89 was the fewest amount that they put up, and they're being forced to play at a very deliberate pace.
Just over 5 remaining. Iona has 28 in this first half. Canisius 27. The Griffs with the basketball.
The switching defenses, too, has also frustrated the Gales so far.
Himes puts it on the floor. Step back jumper. Front rim, no good. Rebound. Tough rebound by Kyle Smythe. Outlet to Machado, and he's off to the races. Machado looks to get into the paint. Attacks the rack. Layup, no good. Long rebound. Run down by Harold Washington for Canisius. Washington pushes ahead to Himes. Thought about the three. Thinks better of it. And the Griffs will play under control. They trail by 1. Washington. Josiah Heath out of the top beam, pressured by Machado. Now to Manhurst, he claims the basketball. Top of the key, Washington. Washington pressured by Smythe, uses the ball screen. Washington looks to attack, finds the open man. Manhurst counted, it goes, it doesn't. But Chris Manhurst will go to the line to shoot 2.
I was going to say, that's got to be a foul. That's an excellent recognition to get the ball to Manhurst in the paint. And then it looked like Kyle Smythe was out of control, but the foul was called on Mike Glover inside. So a couple players could have picked up the foul there for Iona, but the Canisius offense really executed well on that play to get the ball inside to Manhurst for what was either going to be an easy bucket or a trip to the foul line.
So Chris Manhurst 0 for 1 at the line so far tonight. Makes good on the first one, and he has 3 points. We're tied at 28. Chris will get another opportunity. Chris came into the night 12 of 16 from the line. Been to the line more than any other Griff. He has a chance to give his team the lead here with 4:20 remaining in the first half. And the sophomore short on that one. Long rebound is tapped around. And Bleeker able to come out of the scrum of the basketball, but Kevin Bleeker was called with a foul. Don't want to get into the nitpickiness of the fouls here, but Machado was screening off Manhurst as he is running for it. Bleeker shows a little contact. He gets called for the sophomore.
I can't help but think if Canisius would have had another player set up to rebound the missed free throw, they could have come up with that loose ball. Only had one guy in there, and that was Bleeker.
28 apiece. Iona with the basketball. Glover on the near wing. Top of the key to Ridley. He looks to attack. Gives it up to Smythe. Cross court near side Machado. Machado in the lane. Kicks to Smythe. He'll take that 3. He nails it. He's not going to be quiet for long. And what do we got again? Another whistle after a make. As we should have an official timeout here. Yep, we do. But count the basket to Smythe, upping the lead to 31-28 as we go to our final media timeout of this first half. Iona 31, Canisius 28. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Attention travelers, if you have a group that needs bus transportation, then Niagara Scenic Tours is the company to call. Whatever size group you are trying to move, Niagara Scenic Tours can accommodate your needs. Niagara Scenic Tours has both deluxe coaches and mini coaches, fully equipped with TVs, DVD players, and a lavatory. For more information, call 716-648-7766 or check out our website at www.niagarascenictours.net. For all of your transportation needs, remember Niagara Scenic Tours, Western New York's premier motor coach company. Proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
The Courtyard by Marriott Buffalo will exceed the expectations of today's business and leisure travelers. Located at 4100 Sheridan Drive in Amherst, the Courtyard by Marriott is just minutes from downtown Buffalo, Niagara Falls, and the Buffalo Airport. And for your convenience, we provide complimentary airport shuttle service. Stay connected with complimentary computer access, wireless, and high-speed internet service. And each morning, try a hot breakfast in the Courtyard Cafe. Call 716-626-2300 for a reservation at the Courtyard by Marriott Buffalo, the premier hotel in Buffalo for business and leisure travelers. Proud sponsor of Canisius Athletics.
And welcome back to the Kessler Center. Coming up on today's Subway Halftime Report, we'll chat with former baseball player Sean Jamison, the 2010-2011 MAC Men's Student Athlete of the Year. Review stats from the first half. This is brought to you by Tim Hortons. We'll look at other scores from around the league, all in the Subway Halftime Report.
And it is 31-28. Iona with the lead. Canisius with the basketball as they once again are able to break pressure. Cross-court pass deflected and intercepted by Glover. Off to the races. Glover to Ridley. Ridley lays it up and in. It's now a 5-point Gale lead, and the Gales really amping up the pressure here.
Yeah, they didn't lay back once Canisius crossed half court there. That was the first time the Griffs have committed a turnover to that Iona pressure in the basketball game.
And for Iona, this is their biggest lead of the game at 5. Washington pulls up on the line. Jumper, nothing but net. Harold Washington with 12 cuts the lead to 33-30.
Harold Washington's 5 for 6 from the floor.
And now a turnover by the Gales. Lamont Jones stepped on the sideline when he caught that pass, so the Gales commit a turnover, and for them, it'll be their 4th of the game.
Heath's going to check back into the game for Canisius. Bleeker goes out. I thought Heath had a very effective first half for the Griffs.
Very confident with the basketball, helps out against the press on this particular possession, and the Griffs able to pass through very easily. Groves to Heath. Heath attacks. Two-handed slam. Lead cut to 33-32.
Right on cue, Josiah Heath making me look smart.
6 points for Josiah Heath.
Just lurking on that baseline there. He's done that quite a few times. I thought they could get the ball to him and he could take it to the rack, really attack the bucket, and they haven't gotten it into his hands. They get it there that time, and he makes no mistake.
Smythe in the corner, works the perimeter to Jones. Machado has it now at the top. 10 to shoot for the Gales. They lead by 1 with 2:40 remaining in the first half. Machado rises up, takes the jumper, misses. Heath with another rebound for Canisius. And the Griffs will walk it up. Harold Washington in the front court. And he'll just sit out near center court for a little while here.
They're really dictating the pace of the basketball game. And they played a smart half.
Washington looks to attack, stops on the baseline. Double team comes down, ball knocked free. Out of bounds, they'll say it's off of Canisius. Not a good shot that time by the Griffs.
No, but as tough as it is to prepare for this Iona team because the Griffs have so many weapons, I got to give Coach Parada a lot of credit for the way they played in this first half. He's got a young team. It's not easy for them to play so many different defenses and play such a smart basketball game, but they have played a smart half, real smart.
Gales with the basketball. 20 to shoot, under 2 remaining in this first half. It's a 33-32 Iona lead. The lead has changed hands 4 times already tonight. Glover to Smythe on the top with 10 to shoot. To the near side, Jones, he'll take the jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound, Elswan Himes for Canisius. And Elswan back in the front court, and Tom Parado will call his first half use it or lose it timeout. With 1:38 remaining, we'll keep it right here. 33-32. And, you know, talking a little bit about that, and Tom Parada, we see him here, you know, there's a week and a half that we've had a chance to kind of reflect upon that really disappointing performance against UB. I look back to that 50-point loss back 4 years ago at Ryder, one that Tom Parada will never forget. 10 days later, though, they come back against Niagara. Bobby Bevilacqua carried off the floor that night with a memorable, dramatic win. So, you know, one thing about Coach Parada, he keeps these guys together, and he's always out there looking for ways to try to be better.
And Josiah Heath has had a great first half. We're going to get a look at him here. 3 for 3 from the floor. Baseline, running the baseline there. Catches the defense napping and throws it down. Heath with 6 points in 16 minutes of action for the freshman in the first half. But you're right, Jay. Do you think with so much time off between the UB game, is it a little bit like in the NFL, a team gets a bye week and then they come out the next week and they are just so prepared and so focused for their opposition?
And they've changed. I mean, this offense is totally different, and the defense is totally different than what we saw in the first 4 games. Groves gets in the paint. Oh, he misses a wide open shot. Short on that one.
Hey, alligator arm that one.
Back in the front court, pulling up, jumper. Jones does not get the roll, and the rebound's pulled away by Manhertz. And Jones, one of those guys, I think, Mike, that we were talking about, used to scoring a lot of points, and he is really struggling from the field tonight.
Yeah, Momo Jones, a transfer from Arizona. 2 for 6 from the floor, just 4 points so far. 0 for 2 from three-point range.
Griffs again, being patient, over a minute to play, trailing by 1 here in the first half. Groves, top of the key, Himes, pump fakes, looks to go, and he draws the foul from Momo Jones.
Just a 15 foul called against Iona. Canisius has only been called for 5 as well, and that is huge for the Griffs. I don't believe anybody in blue and gold has more than 1 personal foul at this stage.
Griffs look to inbound, back out to Heath, and they can take their time here again. With 47 seconds on the game clock and 30 seconds on the shot clock. So plenty of time for the Griffs to go to work here, and they'll do just that. Iona not pressuring the basketball in the half court. Now they decide to double team the ball. They pass out of it. Heath has it. Being left alone. He needs to find Himes. Back to Heath. Heath cross court to Groves with 10 to shoot. Groves gets in the paint. And gonna call a charge on Reggie Groves. Reggie did lower the shoulder, but I thought Smythe was a little late getting to the spot.
Yeah, he was late getting to the spot, and maybe it's just, it looked like Groves lowered his shoulder and then extended his right hand a little bit, and that might have pushed the referee to give the call in favor of Iona. And just before that shot there, I think Reggie does push off with his right hand, but you know, in the absence, by the way, of Gabby Bilardo, Reggie Groves with 4 assists to lead the team in the first half.
Does have 2 fouls, so he'll sit out the rest of this first half. Shot clock off. Iona with 10 seconds to play here. They lead 33-32.
As the first Griff with 2 fouls, 4 assists, no turnovers.
Smythe rises up, takes that 3, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled away by Josiah Heath, who had a heck of a first half for Canisius, and an overall good first half of the Griffs, trailing only by 1 against the highest scoring team in the nation.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Canisius, you're going into the locker room and you have a lot of confidence right now that maybe you didn't know you had before the game started, quite honestly. I mean, every team takes the floor with confidence, but really coming out against probably the MAC's best team, and you don't expect it to be this close at the break, and then, you know, they're with them every step of the way. They're winning battles. They're prepared. They're playing smart basketball. It was a good half of basketball for the blue and gold. Hopefully we have just as good in the second half. We'll see. We'll come back with our Subway halftime show. Halftime score here from the Kessler Center tonight. Iona leading Canisius 33-32. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Hi, Samantha. Hi, Todd.
Need a partner to help get your message out in print? Contact the Zenger Group. The Zenger Group can assist with print jobs, big or small. Need new business cards, letterhead, envelopes? Want a new company catalog design printed and mailed? Zenger Group can do all of that for you. To speak with a sales representative, call the Zenger Group, 716-871-5432, or visit online at zenger.com. Think Zenger Group for smart print now. A proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
And welcome back to the Canisius College halftime show brought to you by Subway. Subway, eat fresh. Halftime score here, 33-32. Iona leading Canisius in basketball. We want to get a little moment, though, here to talk some baseball. Sean Jamison with us. Sean we found out, was the MAC Men's Student Athlete of the Year. He had a great career baseball-wise and played professionally last year in the New York Penn League. You know, talk about that. You were drafted fairly high by the Oakland Athletics organization. What was it like playing pro ball?
You know, it was a great experience. I really enjoyed the summer I had I played in Vermont for the short season single A team. I had a really good year. Played shortstop pretty much every game, and we actually made it to the semifinals this year. We had a really good season, and
it's really in the hands of Manhertz, Heath, Washington, Groves, and Himes. All but 5 minutes have been accounted for by those 5 players. Bleeker played 3 minutes, Million played 2 minutes, so you wonder if Canisius is going to have enough left in the tank to finish the second half. But they're playing at the pace that they need to play at in order to play basketball that way, relying on 5 guys. So it'll be an interesting second half.
Well, talking to Coach Barata earlier today, that was just what he said. We're probably going to go 7 deep, maybe 8 at the most.
Yeah.
And he's lived up to it here for sure. Like you said, with Bleeker and Million just playing 5 minutes combined off the bench, and that's it. It's been the starters the rest of the way.
Yeah, and they stayed out of foul trouble with his key. Real quick, our out-of-town scores are brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Holy Cross with a 2-1 lead on Canisius at the start of the second period. A Canisius goal scored by Kyle Gibbons. And in MAC basketball, Fairfield 47, Niagara 36 as they approach the half. Manhattan 26, Ryder 25 at the break. Out-of-town scores brought to you by Wendy's. Quality is our recipe.
Going from our left to our right are the Iona Gales. They have possession to start off the second half. Machado gets inside, kicks to Smythe. Jumper top of the key, nothing but net for Kyle Smythe. He has 6, and it's a 36-32 Iona lead.
Kyle Smythe shooting 37% from downtown. Missed all of the CIT last year with an injury that he suffered in the MAC championship game. Preseason All-MAC third-team selection and 5th all-time in Iona college history in 3-point field goals made. So they got a lot of weapons on this team.
Chris Manhertz, dribble handoff, far side to Himes. A little pick and roll. Manhertz looks to attack. Shot blocked. Ball loose on the floor. Who's going to get it? Harold Washington picks it up. He has 8 to shoot. He's got to watch the shot clock. He fires up a 40-footer. Nails it! Harold Washington with 15, and the lead cut to 36-35.
Wow. Harold Washington now 6 of 8 from the floor, and that was from way downtown.
Wow. Keeping the Griffs in the game. He has 15.
3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
And And Smythe misses a three. Rebound pulled down by Josiah Heath for Canisius. Back in the front court, Washington will slow it up. Josiah Heath now with 5 rebounds, and the Griffs trailing by just 1. Washington, Heath at the top of the key, just daring him to shoot. He gets it up to Reggie Groves. Groves looks to attack, and
I don't know what.
Buzzer went off, and the Gremlins are coming out here.
I don't know what that was.
It's
21 on the shot clock.
Yep.
I don't see any reason why the buzzer would have went off. That is odd.
Yeah, Jeff Anderson.
Are you a little surprised, though, that Tim Cluess isn't putting more pressure on the Golden Griffins? They're
stunned.
Letting them kind of play at their own pace,
yeah.
and they're only playing 5 guys. So if you're going to play at that, if you're going to play 5 guys, you have to play at that methodical pace. And I think Iona's letting them do it.
Yeah. I not forcing the. There he is. He's not happy right now with the whole scenario here, and this is where a visiting coach does get a little bit of an advantage. When there's a problem with the technical element inside a gym, they just now he will rail on this and rail on it. You can see him right now, still chatting along here a little bit, and his team is out on the floor huddling up. The Griffs huddling up over in front of their own bench. Jeff Anderson is sorting things out here. And they're going to go over and actually use the new replay system that's available here now at the Kessler Athletic Center.
Boy, I don't know what they really could be looking at, but basically the buzzer sounded with Canisius on the drive. I think if you're Tim Cluess, you're arguing that, well, right after the buzzer sounded, they lost the ball out of bounds, and if you're Canisius, you're arguing that the buzzer going off made everybody stop, and that's why you lost the ball out of bounds. I don't know what they're going to decide here. I don't know how the buzzer even sounded in that instance. No, the shot clock was fine, and so the buzzer wasn't going for that, but maybe somebody accidentally hit the button somehow.
Yeah, I see Bill Gunn over there is the shot clock operator, and I saw him signal. He said, I didn't touch anything.
Yeah.
So it was interesting where that thing came from, and that's, again, one of the Gremlins. We do see those here. I don't know about in the women's games, but we do see them occasionally here during the men's games, and it seems like there's always one game a year that always stands out, and they're working off of that as their template, so to speak, for the rest of the year to try to correct things and get them all straightened out.
New replay system at Canisius this year, by the way, which last year the officials had to turn our monitor around and look at the replay. Now they have their own system on the other end of media row there. And actually, I don't know much about it. I don't know who provides the footage for that or how it works.
I think they're actually separate cameras from the broadcast, and they have the clock in there and everything along those lines. It's a very sophisticated and not inexpensive operation, but they want to have these everywhere in Division I basketball just for this reason. So it's totally secluded to the officials and the gentleman who's operating it as well. It's just their job to sit there and keep an eye on these types of things.
Yeah, and they can kind of control what they're going to see and take plays back and forth, and maybe a little bit easier than last year they had to talk to our producer and say, hey, can you show me that again? Can you rewind this, do that? They're in complete control of it over there.
That being stated, though, Mike, it's kind of comical how we do have these technological advances to try to make sure that the games run smoothly, and it's delaying what's been a very entertaining game up to this point.
That is true. That is true, and it is actually not our replay that they're looking at. Somebody else's replay.
They have totally separate cameras installed here. I think they're stationary cameras.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. But from the first half, one of the points I wanted to get to, I thought it was uncanny on the first half box score that the starting forwards in the game for Iona and Canisius combined went 10 for 10 from the floor.
Wow.
But they're just not getting the ball. Mike Glover got 2 field goal attempts in the first half. Talking about a guy comes into the game averaging 21.2 points per game. Obviously first in the MAC, or near the top in the country. One of 5 players in Division I averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds. But the post players they're not getting the ball in their hands enough maybe for different reasons. I mean, Canisius is packing it in with a zone, which makes it tough. And Iona has really had good on-ball defense so far in the game and made it hard for the Canisius point guards to kind of break down their defense and find their bigs on the inside when someone comes in to help.
And Tim Cluess still keeping the officials busy here. Now he's going to talk to the head official, Jeff Anderson. And like I said, this is his opportunity here to really just continue to complain. He can't, he's not going to get a tee for this, but he's going to get his money's worth and probably earn himself a whistle or two before this game is all said and done.
Speaking of Cluis, when you were interviewing Sean Jamieson, I took a look at some of the Iona players coming back from the locker room at halftime, and they had the look of a team that just got reamed out in the dressing room, to be honest with you. They did look all business, though. It's going to be a good half of basketball.
So the Griffs will have 21 rights at 15 to shoot, and they inbound to Harold Washington. Looks to get inside, and we have a foul on the floor, and it's a hold against Momo Jones. So it'll be foul number 1 of this second half. 36-35, just the reset. Iona with the lead.
Almost feels like this is that replay really killed the momentum of the basketball game.
Absolutely. Now they look to inbound. They get it to Washington. Fresh 35 for the Griffs to shoot. And Harold backs off. Smythe has that defensive assignment and just does not have the quickness to keep up with Harold. Heath out at the top of the key. Gives it up to Reggie Groves. Groves with 20 to shoot now. Once again, very methodical. Groves looks to attack. Almost gets stripped. Carries on. Stops. Gets inside. Throws up a shot. Back rim no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Griffs go to dive and get it. And Manhurst pulls it away. To Hines. 3-point shot. Nails it in the Griffs lead.
Make it count. Make it hurt. Chris Manhurst on the ground fighting for the loose ball. And Alshwan Himes makes it count for the Golden Griffins.
Griffs back in the lead. 38-36. Smythe. Far wing left side. Gives up to Jenkins. Now inside it goes. Desiree goes up with a little floater, and it rolls down. We're tied at 36.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting on the last possession that they had Desiree matched up on Heath on the inside. Heath has a big height advantage in that matchup.
Heath out at the top of the key. Looking to give up the basketball, finds Himes. Himes dribbles over the far wing. He'll take that three. Back rim, no good. Long rebound. Kyle Smythe, and here come the Gales, tied at 38. Long pass ahead is deflected by Manhurst. What a heads-up play by Chris Manhurst, and the Griffs will get possession of the basketball. That was going to be an alley-oop dunk to Glover, and Manhurst came out of nowhere to knock it away.
Great recognition by Manhurst. And then did Reggie Groves knock it out of bounds off an Iona player after this?
And you see Manhurst come out of nowhere to get that.
Reggie does. He throws it off of Jermel Jenkins. 2 heads-up plays by the Golden Griffins.
Well, it's been a heads-up kind of night for the Griffs, and they're tied at 38 with 16:40 remaining. Harold Washington, top of the key. Heath has it. He's being pressured by Desiree. He needs to get rid of the ball, and he gets called for the 5-second violation. That is something we're seeing different now. The Griffs were using Heath as a little bit of an outlet against pressure in the first half, and now they brought Desiree off the bench to put that pressure on Heath, and he forces the turnover.
Yeah, not a bad idea if you're Tim Cluis to get out there and try to trap Josiah Heath, inexperienced forward with the basketball way away from his comfort zone there on the perimeter.
And now Jenkins fires up a jumper, and he's fouled on the tray by Harold Washington. Don't follow the jump shooter. Unfortunately, he did, and that puts Jenkins at the line for the first time this season. Jermel Jenkins going to the line, and he'll shoot 3.
Yeah, that's a textbook bad foul on the part of Harold Washington, but those kind of things can happen. Of course, you want to contest that 3-point field goal. I mean, Jermel Jenkins shooting 41% from downtown coming into the game, and we saw him light it up for 8 straight points in the first half, so you don't want to give him an open look at it, but you don't want to get him on the wrist either, of course.
And Jenkins misses his first of the season at the line, and for the Gales, their first of the game.
Canisius has had a tough schedule, haven't they? Their opponents 21-9 on the season, including Iona tonight, so they have played a difficult opening 5 games in the season, of course 4 of which were on the road.
Tom Parada telling me earlier today that their rankings, strength of schedule ranking, has gone up to 24th in the nation.
Wow.
Jenkins, third shot, good, so he makes 2 of 3. He has 10. His team leads 40-38. Again, pressure in the backcourt, and the Griffs, again, methodical, get it up over the timeline. Reading the pressure is Washington. He gets double-teamed, and he finds the open man, Reggie Groves. Groves then pulls the pivot foot and gets called for the travel. frustrating turnover for Canisius on that play. Scott Machado comes back into the game.
I think Reggie Groves is getting a talking to from one of the officials too, because it looked like he was called for the turnover, and then he lightly threw the ball off the back of one of the Gales.
Got to keep your head about you for sure. You're going to pull off the upset tonight. You've got to play with a lot of recognition. It's like Alshwan Himes did right there, stripping Mike Glover of the basketball. Good help defense. Groves looks to attack, and then he gives it away. Turnover. Machado in the front court. Looks to attack, lays it up and in. 42-38 in favor of the Gales. Now pressure in the backcourt and a timeout called by the Canisius bench. 42-38. That'll put us at a break with 15:43 remaining. Iona leading Canisius by 4. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
At the beginning of the year, I decided I needed to lose some weight. I wanted to be around for my wife and kids. Independent Health offered guidance and support via their wellness program, and I decided to take advantage of it. One of Independent Health's wellness experts is helping me set and meet my goals. They're doing that through weekly tips, weekly phone calls, and encouragement. I feel great. I have more energy, more fun with my wife and my kids. It's been fabulous.
Griff fans, when you're at the Walden Galleria or the Boulevard Mall, be sure to stop by T-Shirt University, your source for quality college and professional licensed apparel. T-Shirt University has the latest Canisius College gear, designs you won't find in the bookstore. In addition, they have every team in the NFL, NHL, and NBA. Get your Sabres and Bills gear or whichever team you support. T-Shirt University has them all. That's T-Shirt University at the Walden Galleria and now at the Boulevard Mall.
Steak and Sub, located on Main Street, just a few blocks from Canisius College, is proud to deliver to Canisius' campus the official food of the Canisius Basketball Media Room. Buffalo Steak and Sub offers a great selection of subs, pizza, and wings. Call 716-884-7777 to place your order tonight. Buffalo Steak and Sub.
And we're back here at the Kessler Athletic Center. 42-38 the score. With Iona with the lead, Tom Parada calling a timeout, feeling his team getting just a little sloppy against the press and turning it over the last two times. Now they have 12 turnovers, and Iona has scored 13 points off turnovers.
Yeah, Canisius with 3 turnovers in the first 4 minutes of that second half.
And the pass in the backcourt goes to Reggie Groves. He committed 2 of those turnovers. Reggie gave up the dribble too fast and finds Harold Washington, who gets it over the timeline, gets fouled. No call. Knocked away. Machado with the loose ball. To Jenkins, takes the 3, nails it, and that's how Iona rolls up the points. They're up 45-38.
Actually, Jay, I think that's the second straight time, in my opinion, that Smythe's actually committed a foul on Harold Washington. He got him on the wrist of possession before.
It's a 7-0 Iona run. Manhurts finds Josiah Heath, who goes to the rack, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So the Griffs did a good job of breaking the pressure that time, and we'll go to a break. 15-10 remaining in this second half. Iona's opened up their biggest lead of the night, 45-38. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Over 100 people in Western New York will need blood today, and that's why Upstate New York Transplant Services Community Blood Bank makes sense, keeping all blood donations right here. You can save a life today. In fact, you can save 3 lives today with a single blood donation to Upstate New York Transplant Services, your community blood bank, for people who need it today.
You've been given the gift of life.
Gift of life.
Give it back. Be a community blood donor.
Looking for a place to meet before or after the big game? Make it Kohl's with its fine dining and daily drink specials. Kohl's, located at 1104 Elmwood Avenue between Forest and Bird. It's just minutes away from the Kessler Center. Lunch and dinner are served daily, and you can enjoy a mouth-watering brunch on Sunday mornings. Private rooms are available for parties and other events. And don't forget to bring your Golden Griffin ticket stub in after the game for a 20% discount on food items. Get all of your friends together and tell them, meet me at Kohl's. Proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
Become a part of the Canisius Canisius College social media family by joining the Griffs on Facebook and Twitter. You'll get up-to-the-minute notes, scores, and there's plenty of inside info, including deals with Canisius's corporate partners. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoGriffs and on Twitter at twitter.com/GoGriffs. On Twitter, use the hashtag Griffs to join our conversation.
Well, Iona has scored the last 9 points in this game, and they lead 45-38, 15-10 remaining, but Josiah Heath has a chance to stop the bleeding at the line here. Josiah on the season, 1 of 5 from the line.
Yeah, 9-0 run in the last 2:19. Jay, are you on Twitter?
I am not on Twitter, Mike.
I am on Twitter. I'm Mike Scott PXP, and if you follow the Griffs, follow me, by the way. You get a lot of women's basketball news, but if you follow the Griffs in general, you do get some great news.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually where I found out Gabby was going to miss the weekend's games with a lower back injury. I saw it coming across on the Twitter.
45-40 as Josiah Heath makes both foul shots. Griffs look to press the ball a little bit more defensively this time. Extend that zone, but Machado gets inside, misses the layup. Manhurst pulls away the rebound. Long pass ahead to Himes. Himes in the front court, goes 1-on-2, gets it knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Griff basketball.
This is going to be the part of the game here that might be the toughest for the Canisius starting five. This game is basically on their shoulders. They've had 5 minutes of contribution from the bench, and right now they're facing a 9-0 Iona run. Can they pull through this run and pick themselves up off the mat?
And the Griffs on the inbounds play. Washington comes free. He gets hammered from behind. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Jay, it feels like this is the moment where either this game's going to get out of control for Tom Parada, or we're going to have a great finish.
Yep, absolutely. You can see Iona wants to turn up the heat. They're getting a little bit of response, a negative response, I would say, by Canisius in the last couple of minutes. The Griffs have to settle down, keep running their offense, and getting good shots. They've been able to get good shots when they've done that tonight.
And this helps, too, getting to the free throw line, scoring with the clock stop, and having a chance to catch your breath when you're going to play with 5 guys. You know, every opportunity to kind of catch your wind is a welcome one.
Harold Washington makes both. He's 9 of 10 on the season from the line. He cuts the lead to 45-42. 14:40 remaining in the second half. Desiree looks for the lead inside, and he walks. No doubt about that. I was all ready to call it, but instead Rusty Cooper did it for me.
You know who's done a great job? I keep coming back to Josiah Heath. He was matched up one-on-one on Glover there, and it looked like Iona wanted to get Glover the basketball in the low post, and Heath did a great job denying the pass, getting a big hand in the passing lane, and they thought better of it. Instead, they wound up going to Desuvray.
Himes almost loses the handle, but is able to pass out of a double team. Gets to Reggie Groves, and the Griffs now will slow it up. So the Gales pressure for 10, 12 seconds, Mike, but then back off.
Yeah, they were more effective when they continued that pressure just moments ago when they were on that run.
And unfortunately for Reggie Groves, he commits another turnover. Reggie is struggling in that department in the second half. That is turnover number 3 for Reggie Groves in the second half.
But I'd say Iona's defense was at its most effective when they didn't back off once Canisius got over half quarter, beat their initial pressure, when they stayed on the Griffs.
Jermel Jenkins takes a 3. It's short, and then he steals it back from Washington. Layup by Machado is blocked by Heath, but Josiah gets part of the body, so they'll put Machado at the line to shoot 2.
Veteran play by Scott Machado. You know, when I was getting ready for this game, you were getting ready for the game where it feels like Scott Machado's been playing in this league for like 6, 7 years for some reason.
Absolutely. Yeah, he took over the keys of the program that first year he was here under then coach
Kevin Willard.
Yeah. But he's been terrific. He's scored over 1,200 points, 600 assists. Not a lot of point guards have done that, Frank Turner being one of them.
Yeah, Frank Turner, Alvin Cruz from Niagara did that.
Anthony Nelson.
Yes, Anthony Nelson. There's only 5 guys in MAC history that have done that. Machado is one of them.
Machado with 6 points, misses the second foul shot, and the lead is at 46-42. In the front court, Reggie Groves slows it up, gets it to Himes. Iona in a man-for-man. Himes crosses over, looks to attack, pulls up from 10, his shot off the mark, rebound controlled by Groves, his shot blocked. And here come the Gales. Machado in the front court, stops, kicks to Smythe, open for 3, front rim no good. Offensive rebound though controlled by James. The kick to the corner to Jenkins. His shot misses. Harold Washington with the rebound, and he looks the push. Ahead to Himes. Himes able to save it, but then steps on the end line. The Griff's a little out of control here, Mike, and this is what we're talking about. Iona has been able to dictate the pace in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, and they can't play at this pace. One of the things I wrote on my halftime box score, tired. 5 guys playing for Canisius. They cannot continue to play at the pace that Iona's playing at right now, and I think you see it on the defensive end of the floor when it comes to rebounding. Canisius just maybe starting to tire out a little bit, needs to take a break and slow the pace down.
Another junior college transfer, Rashad James, in the game for Iona. Machado, beautiful alley-oop, no-look pass to Glover for the flush. That's an impressive play. 6 for Glover, and the lead back up to 6 for the Gales.
Yeah, in my opinion, they look fatigued. The top half of what I thought was a 2-3 zone never rotated in front of Machado.
Manhertz attacks the rack, and he draws contact from Glover, and Chris will go to the line to shoot 2. And now right there, Canisius, they break the press. Do you want Chris Manhertz to attack on that play, or you better serve to bring it back out?
I think you need to bring it back out, but he gets himself to the free throw line. I just see elements of fatigue working their way into the Canisius game right now, and the top 2 on the 2-3 zone never rotated him in front of Machado, so he said, all right, well, I'll just dribble it right into the soft spot of the zone, and then he hits a wide open teammate for a dunk. So Canisius could use a timeout, could use some fresh legs off the bench, and just in time, here comes Bleeker.
Kevin Bleeker checks in. Josiah Heath checks out with 12:55 remaining. The Griffs will get a break at that under 12 media timeout. They're down by 5, and Manhertz can cut into that right now. And Chris does. He has 5. 48-44 the score. Back in the front court, Machado. Over to Glover. Shot up to the near wing. Griffs in that 2-3 zone. Smythe at the top of the key. Pressured by Groves. Pass to Machado on the near wing right side. 20 to shoot. Far corner. Smythe rises up. His 3. Front rim no good. Rebound. Alshwan Himes. Long pass ahead to Washington. Washington slashes inside. Goes to the rack. Lays it up and in. Split the defense. That's 18 for Harold Washington.
Interesting. Iona went with 4 out there with only Glover kind of working in the paint. 4 guards on the perimeter trying to set up with a 3-point shot against that 2-3 zone.
Griffs in a 1-3-1 zone this time. Machado, he'll take a long-range 3. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound, James. His putback countered, but it goes, and it does. Foul will go against Bleeker. Rashad James will go to the line to finish the 3-point play.
Man, that's the trouble with the zone defense. You don't have a man, so there's nobody to really box out. And when you're man-to-man, you box out your man, take him out of the equation for the rebound. That time, the Iona player, Rashad James, found a nice spot in the Canisius, a soft spot in that Canisius zone defense, and got the offensive rebound and the foul.
And he finishes the and one, upping the lead to 51-46.
Rashad James, a transfer from Division II St. Thomas Aquinas, just across the Hudson River from New Rochelle, I believe.
Alshwan Himes in the front court, breaks pressure, getting pressured by Himes. Himes passes to Manhertz, and Manhertz travels, and the Iona pressure causes another turnover as we go to break. It's a 5-point Iona lead in this game in the balance still, but the Griffs have to regroup. Let's hope they can in this timeout. We'll take one as well. 51-46, Iona leads Canisius. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
We're excited about the guys coming back. They're working hard and want to win, and I think we can build on that. But they've got to have the fans, whether it's the other team on 3rd down or whether it's us on kickoff return. The fans create an unbelievable emotion in the game. You have a hard time being successful without the enthusiasm and the passion of the fans. We need you to help lead the charge.
Hungry for Buffalo's biggest sandwich? Then stop by Dagwood's, located across the street from the Kessler Athletic Center. Winner of the Buffalo News Reader's Choice Award for Buffalo's Best Sandwich, Dagwood offers you an outstanding selection of breads, cheeses, and deli meats to complete the biggest and best sandwich you have ever sunk your teeth into. Call 882-8628 to place your order now. We do deliver. Remember, if it's not a Dagwood, it's only a sub. Proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
The Blue and Gold Club is the official fundraising effort of the Canisius College Athletic Department. Your donations help with recruitment, financial aid, and facilities. Call 716-888-2972 to become a part of this great group of Canisius supporters.
Well, the Griffs, unfortunately, have been a little too generous to Iona in the last 4 or so. Over that 4-minute span, they have turned the ball over 5 times, upping their total tonight to 17. And the Gales have taken advantage. They have 19 points off turnovers. They lead by 5, 51-46, 11:54 remaining.
Harold Washington, the only player in double figures right now for Canisius. 19 points, leads all scorers, 7 of 9 from the floor. And his field goal moments ago was the first Canisius field goal in 5 minutes and 13 seconds.
And Lamont Jones checks into the game. He'll take a 3. He misses, and Harold Washington skies above the rim to grab that rebound.
Harold Washington's played every minute of this basketball game and doesn't even look tired.
Kevin Bleeker hands it off now to Groves.
I'm tired just watching.
This is an intense game for sure. See if the Griffs can weather the storm here. 15 to shoot. Washington claims it out near center court. Canisius down by 5. He's just spreading the floor right now. Washington gave up the dribble, finds Groves, 5 to shoot. Groves over on the far side, takes a 3, front rim, goes down! We'll take the break. 11 points for Groves, the lead cut to 2. Back in the front court. Jones out of control, able to recover. 51-49. Canisius trails by 2. Looking to attack. Jenkins left alone on the baseline, he lays it up and in. That's 15 for Jermel Jenkins.
That was a well-executed play with the 4 out. Only Glover on the inside. And when Glover saw that Jenkins had a lane, he boxed out his man Bleeker, which would have been the only guy to come in and help, and that allowed Jenkins to get an easy basket.
Once again, Canisius spreading the floor. Down to 20 on the shot clock. They're down by 4. Bleeker dribbles away from pressure, looks to attack, lays it up. Counted if it goes, it does not. But Kevin Bleeker, heads up play, spun away from the double team and went in for the layup opportunity. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, look at that, an impressive play. And sometimes you're being used in a reserve role and you don't want the ball, you don't want the rock in your hands, but Bleeker was not shy there. Takes it right to the bucket, gets himself to the free throw line.
The last possession, Reggie Groves, shot clock winding down, taking his forced 3, but it went up and bounced around and went down. Unfortunately, back to live action. Kevin Bleeker's first free throw attempt bounced around a little bit and did not go down, so the score remains 53-49. Bleeker will get a second opportunity. Kevin came into the night 2 of 3 on the season from the line. This one is good. Lead cut to 3, 53-50. Kevin Bleeker with his first point of the night. Josiah Heath on the floor. Chris Mannertz goes to the bench. Showing a 1-3-1 zone look. James out at the top, cross court, goes to Jones. He goes baseline, attacks the rack, lays it up and in. Lamont Jones with 6, 55-50 the score.
Second straight time they've found a soft spot in the zone with a baseline drive.
And a held ball. An alternate possession will go over to Canisius as Harold Washington dribbled into pressure that time. Again, I think you're seeing the fatigue right there, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, trying to do maybe a little too much on one side. Your teammates not helping out as freshly as they were earlier in the game.
Right.
You look at Josiah Heath right in front of us. He looks like he is breathing quite heavily right now.
Yeah, and he just came off. It's really a 3-forward rotation between Heath, Manhertz, and Bleeker. And Bleeker hasn't played, of course, nearly the minutes of Heath and Manhertz. And then the guard set's been out there the entire second half.
El Schwanheims, far wing right side, it's past to Groves, goes into the back court, but they'll say it's deflected. Washington puts it on the floor, stops the line, his jumper misses. They battle for the rebound, Manhertz goes to the floor, he and James, but this time the alternate possession will go over to Iona, so the Gales with the ball leading by 5. Good effort by Manhertz.
Very good. Some heavy breathing, though, there for Canisius, certainly. Critical juncture in the basketball game right now. Neither team has had a very large lead, and we've had 4 ties and 6 lead changes. Have been close the whole time.
Biggest lead of the night was Iona's lead by 7 back in the first half. Jones to Machado, Griffin a 2-3. three. Machado looks to attack, gets in the paint, ball comes free, pulled away by Heath, and they'll call another held ball, and this one will go over to Canisius. So 3 consecutive held ball situations. Iona looking to press, they double team in the backcourt. Griff's pass out of it. Himes slows it up, gives it up to Reggie Groves, and he'll just spread the floor a little bit right now, Mike.
After that turnover, I saw Tim Cluis yelling to his team to move. He obviously knows he has the fresher team right now. He wants more motion in that offense.
And Josiah Heath, another unforced turnover. He was passing to somebody, but neither of those somebodies, Manhertz or Groves, were looking at the ball. So another Griff turnover, and that number continues to mount here. They're giving away key opportunities here.
I think he's spreading them out. Cluis is saying 5 out on this possession. Motion.
They've been able to get the baseline off of this situation. Jones looks to attack, kicks to the corner. Jenkins open from 3. Front rim, no good. They battle with the rebound. James able to come up with it, but his pass is intercepted by Harold Washington. Washington in the front court, looks to lay it up, no good. Jones clears the rebound for Iona. Then his pass is deflected. It goes to Ridley. Ridley ahead to Jenkins. Jenkins in the front court. His team up 5-5, and he'll slow it up. To Jones. Jones, floater inside, laying up and in is Ridley. 10 for Taj Ridley, and the lead back up to 7 for Iona. 57-50 the score. Long pass ahead to Heath. Heath tries to dribble away, and he draws contact. Foul against Iona as we go to break. 7:58 remaining. Game slipping away from Canisius. Let's see if they have one more run left in them. They trail by 7, 57-50, 7:58 remaining. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Hi, Samantha. Hi, Todd. Do you want to be my boyfriend? Sure. Great. Give me a melt. My melt? Yeah, I'm your girlfriend now. I don't think this is working out.
Get your own Subway steak melt, like the steak and cheese. Layers of juicy steak and bubbly melted cheese. Subway, eat fresh.
Need a partner to help get your message out in print? Contact the Zenger Group. The Zenger Group can assist with print jobs, big or small. Need new business cards, letterhead, envelopes? Want a new company catalog design printed and mailed? Zenger Group can do all of that for you. To speak with a sales representative, call the Zenger Group, 716-871-5432, or visit online at zenger.com. Think Zenger Group for Smart Print now, a proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
The Golden Griffin Broadcast Network, powered by Ghostline Entertainment, is the place to catch all of your Canisius College sporting events with live video, audio, and live stats. It's your online home for all things Canisius. Check out GoGriffs.com for more information.
Well, one of the keys that's developing in the second half, Mike, though the Griffs are still in this game down by 7, 57-50, they've only managed 2 field goals in almost 10 minutes. 57-50 the score right now. They've been able to get to the line a little bit, which is helpful, but they've got to find a way to start putting the ball in the basket against a very potent team here.
And too many turnovers. You mentioned it earlier. I mean, they had 9 turnovers the entire first half. They have 18 turnovers now in the game, so 9 more in the first 12 minutes of the second half has led to 8 fewer field goal attempts.
And a turnover on the inbounds play is stolen by Jenkins, and he goes the length of the floor, lays it up and in, and now it's 59-50, and this one is getting away from Canisius. That's 17 for Jermel Jenkins. Manhertz, double teamed on the inbound, tries to dribble away from pressure, and he needs to slow it up. He does. Finds Reggie Groves. Let's see if the Griffs can get organized here. Iona in a man-for-man. Groves is dribbling out at the top. So 59-50, Iona lead. Iona averaging 95 points per game. Not going to get to that total tonight, but they might come away with a win. Elshwan Himes may have gotten away with a walk. Himes takes a long-range tray. In and out, no good, and the rebound is pulled away by Jenkins. Great box out. Jenkins in the front court. Griffs showing zone look right now. Machado spins into the paint, gives it up to Jones at the top of the key. Jones looks to attack, kicks, finds the open cutter, Ridley, and he lays it up and in. 11-point lead for Iona, 61-50.
Yeah, I think and Iona smells blood. I think the Griffs have kind of run out of gas here. And maybe they have another burst left in the tank, but tough to play against the best team in the conference with basically 5 guys and Bleeker coming off the bench.
Tom Parada is going to call a timeout. He knows, just as you're saying right now, they're out of gas. And I think also what we're seeing here, Mike, is they're also running out of options offensively. Their offense was working very well early on, whether it's the fatigue or it's just an adjustment by Iona, whatever the case, their offense is not playing with any kind of flow right now.
Yeah, and that ball's getting pretty sticky as well. And Jay, you can't help but think that, the way this team came prepared to play this basketball game tonight, it could be a lot different if they had just one more guard to turn to, like a Gabby Bilardo. I mean, his injury really hurts Canisius here. They played this entire game basically with 3 guards. Milian came in for 2 minutes, and that was it. So guys like Harold Washington and Reggie Groves and Alshwan Himes have been out there the entire time, and it's not surprising the ball's starting to get sticky now. And Iona smells blood in the water. They're going after Canisius with more pressure now. They're running the floor. They're playing that 5-out offense, and really spreading the floor, making you run, making you move, making you defend, making you work real hard, not standing around. So, they're trying to take advantage of the situation that's presented itself right here.
6:35 remaining. 61-50. Iona with the lead. We'll see if the Griffs have 1-1. And look at right here, Mike Scott. We see Rusty Cooper talking to Gabby Bilardo, the guy we're just talking about. That's not what you want to see Gabby Bilardo wearing a striped rugby shirt on game night. And hopefully he'll get well. He has really struggled with that injury right back to the preseason. And you know how it is with back problems. Sometimes they take a long, long time to heal. And
yeah. Have you heard anything about that? Is it like a sciatica type of situation? I mean, it can just linger until you rest up, and that's the dangerous part about that type of injury is there's no opportunity to rest up during the college basketball season.
Harold Washington almost gets his pocket pick, gets the ball back, stops on the baseline, needs to find the open man. That's Himes. 5 to shoot now for Canisius. Himes has the ball pulled away. Groves able to come up with it. Groves looks to attack, and he will not get the shot off in time. Shot clock violation, Canisius. The Griffs just have no confidence right now against that double team to try to pass out of it. And Iona, like you said, smelling blood. Give the Gales a lot of credit. They didn't play particularly hard in that first half, but they've come out and really performed very well in the second half defensively.
They did look like they took quite a verbal lashing in the dressing room, I thought. They looked focused when they came out. They looked like they had a game plan, and they have certainly executed it here in the second half. You see more motion now. Lots and lots of motion.
Machado takes a 3, near corner, front rim no good, offensive glass, popped around, and Manhurst pulls it away. Long pass ahead to Harold Washington. Washington looks to attack, lays it up, counted, but it goes, it does not. No doubt about that. That was a block by Lamont Jones, who stepped in.
Yeah, it might have been inside that circle.
Yeah,
half circle,
good
too.
Point, yep.
It's just an automatic block. And Lamont Jones just setting up for the block, which obviously you can no longer do since the advent of the half circle under the basket.
So another field goal less opportunity for Canisius. They have 2 field goals in over 11 minutes. But they have been going to the line. That's keeping them hanging around. They're down by 10 after the make by Harold Washington, who now has 20 points.
He's the only guy in blue and gold who doesn't look tired. I don't even think he's sweating.
Harold spins it up. Perfect. Great form. 61-52 the score. Under 6 to play. 1-3-1 zone for Canisius. Machado over to Jones. Cross court to Machado. Top of the key. James kicks to Jenkins. Open from 3. Back rim no good. Rebound. Who's going to get it? It's controlled by Iona. He's got the fresher legs. Jones kicks to Jenkins. He'll take another 3. Misses again. Rebound controlled again by Iona. Lamont Jones gets inside. Gets to Ridley, and he is hammered by Chris Manhurst. And Ridley will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the fresh legs there. 2 offensive rebounds for Iona, just outworking the Griffs on the glass, cleaning the glass, getting second chance opportunities. And if, one and done wasn't one of our keys to the game, but it may as well be, especially here at this stage where Canisius needs to play at their pace, and they need to create one-and-done situations.
Getting a little wider shot. You can see Chris Manhurt's hands on hips. Harold Washington even showing a little bit of fatigue, raising those hands over his head as if he's cramping up a little bit. So Reggie Groves has put his hands on knees as well as Ridley missed the first. Still a 9-point game with 5:20 remaining.
Who's this guy in the spandex thing?
I don't want to know. Ridley misses both, and the Griffs come away with the basketball. A chance to cut into a 9-point lead with 5:15 remaining.
I thought the crowd there actually recognized that the Griffs needed a little pick-me-up. They made a lot of noise on that series, but Canisius couldn't get an offensive, or rather defensive rebound, but they got away with it.
Himes takes a three off a ball screen, does not go in. Manhurts keeps it alive, ball loose on the floor. Groves pulls it away for the Griffs. Well done by Reggie Groves. Finds Washington, far side. Washington gets in the paint, stops, looks to pop, then kicks it back out to Groves. He pulls up from 17, short. Rebound is pulled away by Jones. Lamont Jones back in the front court.
No.
This one's getting physical.
And Manhurts got tied up there under the basket with Rashad James and then went limping down the floor.
Oh, boy.
He was on the back of Rashad James. James was trying to box him out, and Manhurts got up in the air, and when he went back to the floor after James let him down, nobody fell, but then he limped his way down the floor.
Machado looks to attack. Ball comes loose on the floor. Himes grabs the ball. Wanted a timeout. Tom Parada is beside himself. The alternate possession will go over to Iona.
I think right now the Canisius staff is alerting. There you see Rob Norris there. I think he's alerting Coach Parada that Manhurts might be hurt. He keeps grabbing at, I believe, his right calf. So far, we haven't seen Kevin Bleeker get up off the bench to check into the game.
Well, Chris is going to try to gut it out. A tough kid. And he knows his value on this team. And give him credit, he has stayed out of foul trouble tonight.
He took one look at the bench and then never looked back.
And still dealing with a floor issue here.
I think the Canisius staff was up and trying to yell to him to see if he needed to come out, and he didn't even turn around. Trying to gut it out.
8 seconds to shoot. Iona inbounds. Jenkins at the top of the key. 6 to shoot. Over to the near wing. Machado looks to get inside. Oh, and he gets bailed out with a soft call. Wow. He was out of control, and there was some limited contact toward the end of that play, and the foul will go against Reggie Groves. Wow. Non-shooting foul. Just the 5th on Canisius. Fresh 35, though, on the shot clock for Iona.
3rd foul on Groves.
Wow, all the contact I've seen in this second half, and see that bailout. It's getting a little chippy right now. A little lecture going on here between John Gaffney and Josiah Heath. And Lamont Jones, they were kind of pushing and shoving a little bit. Give the Griffs credit. They have not backed down. They're losing their legs a little bit here, but they're not losing their heart. Machado looks to inbound to Jenkins over on the near wing, and he backs off on the dribble. 4:11 remaining, 61-52. This game's turned into a little bit of a war. Jones, dribble handoff to Jenkins at the top, 20 to shoot. He gives it to Glover. Gives it right back now to Lamont Jones. Into the corner, it's deflected by Alshwan Himes, and it'll be Iona basketball when we come back. Final media timeout of regulation. 3:52 remaining. Iona leading Canisius 61-52. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Pepsi Throwback.
Smash those lips. Give the can a sip. Cut yourself some slack. Real sugar soda's back. When Pepsi Throwback comes along, you must drink it. And then we change the song because we drank it. You'll see we aren't wrong if you drink it. Now drink it in your mouth. Shake it up. Get a rush. Go retro. Do the robot. Try to resist it. It's not too late to drink it. Drink it good. When Pepsi Throwback comes along, you must drink it. And then we change the song because we drank it. You'll see we aren't wrong if you drink it. Smash those lips.
That was Drink It by Devo, brought to you by Pepsi Throwback, a real sugar blast from the past.
to Canisius College basketball. Some folks are having fun tonight, some maybe a little more than they should. As the Griffs trail by 9 here with 3:52 remaining. Mike, I know it wasn't that long ago when you were in college at UB. Did you dress up like that as well, or what?
No, you know, there's that guy with the face thing, and then there's a guy who's, I think he's just a little bit down the row from him, who's wearing a full-body spandex suit. And I'm pretty sure when you there he is. There's full-body spandex suit man, and nobody wants to see that out of a guy like me.
You know, and I don't really want to see it out of that guy. No offense to our cameraman. All right, a big possession here. 61-52 the score. 14 seconds to shoot for Iona, and the Gales will inbound with the lead with 3:52 remaining.
Iona on a 10-3 run. Canisius has no field goals in the last 7:51.
Oh, and Lamont Jones dribbled inside that zone, pulled up from 10, and knocked down the shot. 63-52, and that might be the one that breaks the back of the Griffs. Washington gets trapped. They kick it out to the top, reverse it to the near side to Groves. Reggie slows it up. Lamont Jones hasn't been impressive tonight, but that was a big shot for the Gales. 63-52 the score. Harold Washington with 9 to shoot, tries to penetrate. He is fouled at the line. And Harold comes down grimacing a little bit. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
This game has gotten ugly in the second half, pretty physical. Iona's put Canisius on the line quite a bit in the second half. Canisius 3 for 6 from the free throw line here in the final 20 minutes, with Washington going back for another set. They have been very physical over the course of the last 10 or 12 minutes.
Harold Washington knocks it down. 22 points for Washington. Reggie Groves with 11, and that's it for their double-figure scores for Canisius. Jermel Jenkins, though, 17 points coming off the bench for Iona tonight. 10-point Gale lead as Washington misses the second shot.
He's still limping, Washington.
There's just nobody on the bench to help you out right now, Harold. Machado backs off. Iona has the time and score in their favor right now, up by 10 with under 3 to play. Jones hands off to James, to Machado. He crosses over, looks to get inside. His runner no good. He gets his own rebound, misses, and Manhertz pulls it away for Canisius.
I think when I look down the Canisius bench, I see more guys in suits and Argyles than available basketball players.
Himes misses the jumper, rebound loose on the floor, bodies everywhere. Iona comes out with it. Machado looks to attack the rack, lays it up and in. A 12-point lead, Machado with 8 tonight. 65-53. And Canisius with just 2 field goals in the last 15 minutes. Washington out near center court, looks to attack, gets in the paint, has it stripped free, and the ball knocked out of bounds with 2:11 remaining. You know, I was talking to Tom Parada, who's been around this league. Tom's going to call a timeout. Tom played at Fordham when Fordham was in the Metro Atlantic Conference, and I asked him, I said, how does this Iona team match up with some of those great teams you played back against in the 80s? And he said it's just the same way. Physical, quick, and they keep pounding away, and that's been the formula for Iona in the second half.
I wonder how this Iona team will match up against some of the great Siena teams we've seen recently.
Right.
You know, they just have so much talent on offense, and when you look down the list for the Iona Gales, it reminds you a little bit about those Siena teams. There's kind of a pick-your-poison situation. They had so many different weapons offensively, and now with a guy like Momo Jones coming in, the transfer from Arizona, to join Glover and Machado and Kyle Smythe, the dangerous three-point shooter, you know, they're just so talented offensively.
Yeah, you think about it, you've kept Smythe to 6 points tonight, Glover to 6, Machado to 8.
Yeah.
But then Jenkins comes off the bench, gives you 17. Ridley gives you 12, and you know that's like it just adds to what you're saying there, Mike. There's a lot of answers over there on that Gale bench, and right now the Griffs are looking for more answers on their bench. Out of the timeout, down by 12. Washington inbounds with 2:11 remaining. Griffs even struggling to find an open player on the inbound. They find Himes, who kicks to Heath. Back to Himes at the top of the key. Puts it on the floor, he attacks the rack, lays it up and in. And cuts the lead to 65-55. Elschwan with his 8 tonight.
He struggled to shoot the basketball at times tonight. And we haven't seen enough of that either, with guards driving to the rack, and maybe they ran out of gas. I think that's been pretty well documented on the broadcast.
Sure.
But Himes with a little burst there and a nice attack to the bucket.
1:40 remaining. It's a 10-point game. Iona just working the clock. It's down to 10 on the shot clock right now. Machado will look to go with 5. Machado pulls up from 3. Misses. Rebound. Manhurst pulls it away. Outlet to Himes, who spins away. Griffs down by 10. 1:24 remaining. Himes pulls up at the line. His jumper. Front rim no good. Rebound tapped around and controlled by Jermel Jenkins. The last gasp opportunity there for Canisius perhaps. And a foul will be committed by the Griffs. They've got to start working the clock here a little bit, and they'll foul Machado and put a 77% foul shooter at the line, I believe. Is that team foul 6 or 7? That's just 6 actually for Canisius. So Machado won't be going to the line here. Machado inbounds. It's to Jones. And he gets fouled. The guy you really don't want to foul statistically. He's an 88% foul shooter. But the one in bonus in effect here. So the Griffs perhaps will try to put something together here. But they've missed a couple of opportunities here to try to cut into this lead and just haven't been able to do so.
Yeah, you're at the point now, Canisius needs to play almost perfect basketball down the stretch, and they need to also get some help from the Gales here with their free throw shooting, but at least you're in a situation where you're going to be able to put them on the line 3 times for a 1 in bonus.
Oh, he gets the shooter's roll. That one rolled right up into the top of the backboard and down.
Almost hit the shot clock. Lamone's 14 of 16 from the line on the season. Number 3 in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference in free throw percentage.
And he makes both. He has 10, and it's 67-55. Reggie Groves looks to work against pressure. Reggie into the front court final. He calls out the signals. No sense of urgency right now by the Griffs with under a minute to play. Pass goes to Himes. On the far side, pass inside, deflected. Himes gets it back. Himes looks to attack, gets into the paint, stops, goes up, and puts it home with 48.3 seconds remaining. Timeout, Tom Parada, his last. The lead cut to 57. Alshwan Himes now with 10.
Tom Parada's out of timeouts, and you notice Tim Cluess hasn't called any in the second half. You know, he certainly recognized that this Canisius team was running out of gas, so no reason to give him any extra opportunity to rest. But I think, you know, Canisius, in all likelihood, their 6-game home winning streak is going to come to an end tonight. But there's really a lot to build off of in this game, because for about the first 25 minutes of this game, they went toe-to-toe with this Iona team with their starting 5. They were well prepared. Their offense was running fairly smooth. They were executing pretty well, and they were doing well on defense as well against a very talented squad that's first in the country in points per game, 95.4. So that average is going to go pretty far down after this contest. So I think for Canisius, there's a lot to build off of in this game, and like you said, they kind of, the gas came out of the tank there.
And nice to see them come back and be competitive, too. I mean, that UB performance, there's no doubt. I'm sure it disturbed a lot of Griff followers, and deservedly so, to lose by 35 against a cross-town rival like that. On the inbounds play, it's a foul against Harold Washington. We'll take a long walk down for the 1 in bonus here with 47.7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, UB has a good team, but they shouldn't be 30-point winners over the Griffs, you know, and you got to get up for those types of rivalry games. You know, college basketball fans around here pay a lot of attention to those games. You get the media come. People formulate an opinion of your team based on those games against Bonaventure, UB, and the 2 games against Niagara. So that type of effort was disappointing, and I think they've really shown the true character of this team tonight in this game against Iona, another tough opponent. And it doesn't get any easier when the defensive-minded Fairfield Stags come in on Sunday. It'll be a completely different game than what we saw tonight.
Jenkins at the line makes both foul shots. He has 19 points to 12-point lead now. Speaking of St. Bonaventure, they are coming to Buffalo tomorrow night to take on those UB Bulls over at Alumni Arena, and then the Griffs go to St. Bonaventure next Saturday. Looking forward to that one. Washington to Manhurst. Griffs down by 12, and just once again, a little confusion. The Griffs not handling that overplay of the passing lane, and we saw right there with Manhurst kind of going up and not confident where he wanted to pass the ball and ends up throwing it away. Griff's over 20 turnovers on the night.
He almost had a up and down violation as well. This is the first of 9 straight December road games for Iona, too. They'll be on the road all through the month of December. Came into the game ranked number 4 in the mid-major top 25.
It looks like the Griffs are going to back off a little bit here. Shot clock off, and the Gales will get this win. They will win their 5th straight. Their only blemish on the season, a 1-point loss to Big Ten power Purdue. Get it inside Lamont Jones. Classy move. Opts not to take the layup, just dribbles away. And this is the kneel down here. Jones will take it. And that will do it from the Kessler Center tonight. Hard-fought contest. The Griffs hung for a while, but ran out of gas, and the Gales proved superior tonight, winning 69-57. We'll take a timeout. Come back with our post-game show. Rob Norris will be joining us at our broadcast location. We have a few other elements coming up on our post-game show as well. Again, the final, Iona beating Canisius 69-57. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where fresh always sounds better. Fresh coffee, every cup guaranteed. Fresh baked goods, like our new gingerbread donut or candy cane chocolate donut. Perfect for the holidays. Just 89 cents. Because at Tim Hortons, we believe fresh doesn't have to cost more. And try our new candy cane white hot chocolate. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where quality really does meet value. Happy holidays.
It's one of the most exciting moments of a young athlete's life, putting on a new uniform. Those